What's going on, everyone? This is Real Deal Sports with the usual guys here. Myself, Nico. We got Big Walt up there with the Kobe. The Kobe, I like that jersey. I like that in you. I like that in you.
I had to only because look, today somebody informed me that today was a special day. Kobe dropped 81 today, so I had to rep the 81. I mean
Is
Kobe Day.
is today that anniversary?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. And then we got my boy John with the Spider Man. Did you see the new Spider Man? Why you got
man,
Kobe?
that was dope.
I saw it. It was a little bit of pandering to us old folk, but it was good. They did a really good job
Was
with
it?
it. Yeah, bringing back all the old Spider-Mans and it was like, all right, we get it. You guys
Right,
are
right. Okay,
yeah,
you
but it
can
was
stop
good.
now. We've seen everyone.
They did a good
We
job
can
with
all
it.
go back. We
Hey,
can all
listen,
go
so
back.
I'm not a big Spider-Man fan, but we were in Orlando this week and I hadn't bought nothing. It was the last day, and I was like, they ain't got no Punisher, they ain't got no Deadpool. And my wife's like, yeah, there's a children's park. What do you think? I'm like, all right. So I do kind of like Spider-Man. I get it's a dope hoodie, so I got it.
I like it. I like it. I
I
like
like
it.
it.
I like it. I see
Spider
you,
Man
boy.
is
I see you, boy. Is
that's a
that the
good.
But
Tobey
I will
Maguire
say,
one
I
or
will
the other
say,
one?
if you are attracted to redheads, they're all there. They're all there at the Harry Potter place. Andy Dalton's people are everywhere. I'm telling you, I didn't. So
Wow.
if
Did
y'all
you
attracted
just
to
say that?
redheads,
Andy
if
Dalton's people?
The
if
gingers.
y'all attracted
Did
to
I say this?
redheads,
Boy, you something else. It was a
Can we
bunch
say
of
this? Are they gingers? Can we say that? No.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
but yeah,
It
so
was a
they're
bunch of
they're
Scarlett
everywhere, man.
Johansons I
Man,
see,
I,
huh?
fa- I found where man.
Hey, Scarlett can get it. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Let me
But
chill. Where my wife
yeah,
at?
let me chill too. I don't want to get beat up. Um, so guys, first topic of the day: the coach for the Tampa Bay Bucks, Mr. BA Bruce Arians, slapped one of his players, Mr. Adams, in the back of the head last Sunday due to him about to cause a penalty. And I wanted to ask you guys, what was your opinions on it? And I mean, have you ever had it? I'm pretty sure we've all played sports. We've all had our coach get a little physical, but we didn't think much of it. But go ahead, guys. What are you guys' take on it?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it really wasn't a big deal. I mean, if you think about it, back in the day, football they did a lot worse back in the day in football, back in the 80s and the 70s. So I mean,
Yes.
just a slap on the head. I mean, I kind of get maybe some of why people are mad because of I guess how he did it. But I mean,
True.
today's people nowadays, I feel like are kind of sensitive. I mean, let's be real. I mean,
Very.
they're a little sensitive. But I mean, it was just a slap on the head, slap on the helmet. I mean, I've had worse from one of my coaches. I mean, I haven't played football. I played basketball, but my
Okay.
basketball coach, he did worse. He
Now I
did
can
worse.
see if it's basketball because you ain't got no helmet.
I
It's
mean, but
all that's
I won't
that's
say my
all
coach.
skin
I
and
won't
teeth.
say my coach
Ah!
slapped me. He ain't slapped me on the head, but it was like
Right,
I didn't get back and play defense. So he kind of gave me a little shrug, like, "Hey, man, something like that,
right,
But
right.
it kind of motivated me a little bit, though. Just but I,
True.
I did drop 12 after that, but that's beside the point. But
Right, yeah. Hey, that's all that matter, boy. That boy said, I dropped
He
it.
didn't
I hit a
clarify.
quick
He didn't
post
clarify
three,
they were points
nothing
with
major though.
so I guess
12
I did make up
turnovers.
for it. I kind of made up for it, and we got the dub too.
Hey, that's all that matters. Go ahead, John.
That's the thing, man. It's a slap to the helmet, right? Like if he
Yeah,
grabbed him by the face mask, if he punched him in the gut, everyone would be talking about it.
right.
I will say, Adams had the appropriate response, right? Like you look at your coach, be like, really? Because Arians has always had that kind of he thinks he's one of the players, man. Like he's always had that kind of attitude,
He's a
like
player coach.
he's aggressive and all that stuff. He's always, rumors has it he's always been someone who yells at the players and gets kind of whatever, thinks he can get rough. And that's the thing is, none of the players have ever. One of these days, maybe a player will bump him back, and he's gonna realize, oh yeah, maybe I'm not cut out. Maybe I should stop this. But I think Adams had the appropriate response. He looked at him like, all right, I'll let this one go. we're not going to be doing that again. And I think that also so he didn't get fined by the NFL. He got fined by the Buccaneers. So I think they had the appropriate response too. Is like, listen, man, we enjoy the Super Bowls and all, but let's be honest, right? You got Tom Brady. Like, it's not like we're all sitting here saying Bruce Arians is the driving force behind that, but he is part of it. So it's like, you do have to let him know, like, listen, man, you can't just be slapping players. But yeah, I don't know. I think if I were Walt's coach, I would probably slapped him too. No, nah. But
it wasn't a slap. It was one of these like, come on, man, get your head in the game.
Right, and I think we've all had that one. I think we've all had a coach grab you by your jersey and shake you around a little bit. But yeah, man, slap to the helmet. Like, I think it was almost comedic. Like, it wasn't like, oh man, what just happened? Like, but it was, because you watch him run out on the field and it looked like he was about to just snap a leg on the way out there, man.
I was just about to say, on the replay, it looked like he almost missed too, though. Like, he was trying to put so much aggressiveness behind it, he missed. So it's like,
so he did. That's the thing I think too, is like he tried to, like, I know it was a slap, but he did try to swing with all he got. Like, it looked like he was trying to make contact. But I kind of also wondered, like, was Adams the only one who was at risk of getting a penalty there? Like, was he going to slap all of them? Like,
well, they say now when you, like, pull players of the opposite team out of fouls, that is a unsportsmanlike penalty. So, and they say that's what Adams was doing.
But was he the only one? Was he the only one doing it? I didn't think so. I thought there were other players.
He probably wasn't, but he was the only one BA saw.
So that's why he's the only one he's saying.
Yeah, he like, boy, get your over here. We up 40. Stop.
Relax. That's the thing is right, because BA can't just sit there and do nothing either. He has to do something. And in that moment, did he make the wrong choice? Possibly, but
I don't think.
Who's to say any of us wouldn't have made it's a split decision. He made the wrong choice.
But the thing I don't like about it is they say after that situation, they gave Antonio Brown like a leg up. I'm like, how?
The only thing that gives AD the leg up is
this ain't no Mike Leach stuff. I'm beating up players in private.
It's in the middle of the game. Didn't the Jaguars say that the kicker on the Jaguars said that the guy who got the boot earlier this year, the coach, he said he kicked him in the butt at one point. He said he came up and kicked him from behind.
Well, I can see if then it's like, all right, but it's like, how's this giving AB a leg up?
Yeah, the only thing that gives AB a leg up is if the Buccaneers do get bounced in this next round, right? Is then because all his claims were Brady can't do it without me. Now I know he's backtracked some of them and all, but still, that was sort of his claim was, these guys can't do it without me. So, yeah, this don't give him a leg up, but I think losing might give him a slight leg up.
So let me ask you this, John: have you ever had anything like that happen to you playing sports in general?
So I've had other players throw a helmet at my head and stuff like that, but I've never had a coach do that. I like with Walt. I've had a coach grab me by the jersey and shake me, but that's about the extent of it.
How violent!
It's not necessarily a violence. It's just sometimes you got to shake somebody up. To
throw a helmet at another player's head.
No, I didn't say that. I said grab him by the jersey.
Oklahoma, they different. I know Texas was different.
This was in a league. I'd cooked this dude for like my third touchdown that game. I played tight end. I'd cooked him for like my third touchdown, and he tackled me after the play, and so I threw the ball at his head, and then he turned around and threw his helmet at my head, and then I walked up to him with my helmet and his helmet in my hands, and then he ran off. So. And then I got tackled. And then I got tackled by like two referees. And I was like, all right, calm down. I was just pretending.
Were there any ejections in the game after that?
It should have been.
No, another player got ejected because at one point he took the ball and just punted it like 50 yards out of the field play. Just punted it into the other field.
After all of that, he's the only one that got ejected for punting the ball.
And I think it was because he yelled at a ref after they told him to go get the ball. He told him no. Screw you. Well, he used some other language, but he said you, and then he said you go get it, and then they said, all right, you're gone.
Oh, wow.
It was an intense game.
It sounds intense.
There was a lot more fighting that day.
All right, so let me ask you guys this: if you seen a coach do that to your children, would you feel some type of way?
My kid's wearing a helmet.
Yes, yes.
All right, I'm gonna start this one. I say a light slap. I'm cool with it. If he swings with all his might on my kid, I'll wait for the game to be over and then I'll give him my peace of mind. But I at that, I don't want, because I never want to come between my coach and the kid, right?
True,
I want
true.
to set the coach straight, but also like my kid have certain respect for the coach. But if the coach don't respect his job either, then I'm definitely gonna give him peace of my mind. But yeah, it depends, man. If he swings like that, then yeah, I'm giving him, talking to him after the game for sure.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would
honestly,
agree.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, with me having kids, I mean, if I seen a coach, do a slap like that, something light, I'm like, all right, bro, like, hey, all right, that's cool. He trying to get my kids head in the game, and like I said, some people need a little, roughness to get them going because you know what I'm saying. They just out there all lackadaisical, and they just need that type of, I guess, motivation. So I mean, some
They
people might need that. I'm gonna be honest. I need that sometimes, just so, 'cause sometimes I might be lacking. So
little punch to the rib. Come on, man.
I won't necessarily say punching in the rear, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, the little
Punch
jersey shake
violent.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be mad at a coach for doing that because you know what I'm saying.
Listen,
I grew up on that. You know what I'm saying. So it's like, it's kind of and it kind of show makes your kid a little toughness as well. You feel me? It kind of prepares them for a little bit toughness. So I won't be
That's
mad about that. I won't be mad about that.
I didn't see a problem with it. I think that's what most coaches do when a player is about to make a stupid play. Like, what are you doing? You have no need to do that. Just let the play go and go to the sideline.
Mm.
But
yeah,
I understand too. It's a different day and age. What?
that's the thing is we got too many people who've never played football commenting on stuff, and it's like, listen, we signed up for this, like you know what I
True.
mean? Like, and that's the thing is like, it made me laugh, is when people were talking about like Conor McGregor. Like, I've never been a fan of his, but like when he went crazy on that bus, right? And I'm like, and they were like, what? I can't believe he would do this. And I'm like, listen, he beats people in a cage for a living. Like, you
True.
can't just
Yeah.
expect people to just turn it off. Now, you do have to be somewhat professional, but like, you know, still, like, it's not, everyone just can't. And so now they're talking about stuff that's during the game on the field. Like, now they're expecting people to turn it off between plays. Like, between plays, you have to turn it off. Be like, all right, I did just truck some 300-pound dude, but now I'm going to like have no emotions and not celebrate my touchdown and not, Cam Akers told that Buda Baker stay down and stuff. People are like, oh, how could he? It's like, I didn't know he was hurt when it happened. Like,
Right. He was caught in the moment. Relax.
yeah,
And
and
he,
so
he apologized afterwards, right afterwards too. He apologized
Yeah.
afterwards.
right, if he'd known he was hurt, he wouldn't have done. I don't think he would have done that. And so I'm sitting there like, listen, you're telling guys not even to turn it off after the game, but now you're telling them off, turn it off like during plays. I'm like, you don't understand this sport that we signed up for. Like, we know what we signed up for. We know it's physical and aggressive
100%.
and all that. And you got to know your boundaries and all. But it wasn't any worse than that ref tackling Dak. So that was probably a harder hit than this one BA gave his player.
About to say that referee had to be benched or something, man, to just push over Dak like that. I guess.
Right. You ain't about to start no play without me. Like, wait, relax. I contradict all this. Like, dude, this is not your job. Go sit down somewhere. And speaking of sitting down somewhere,
Mm.
Mr. Russell Westbrook has officially been benched in the fourth quarter. uh, You know, by the coach, Mr. Frank Vogel. He came out. He said, "Hey, if if AP ain't getting the job done, we gonna sit him. He'll be all right on the bench."
Oh boy.
Hey, we talked about the guy.
Huh?
No, I'll say we talked about the guy he was getting benched for. Like, does he have more chemistry with LeBron? And
Austin Reeves.
No, Malik Monk.
Bro.
No, you got benched for Malik.
I guess. I mean, somewhat. I
Well,
mean,
I think the thing about Malik, he can shoot. And when the game get tight, everybody can't be a driver. Somebody you got to stretch that floor so so the floor opens up. And with Russ out there,
can't shoot.
people would rather die. With him shooting that three, it's like, take it, be our guest, try it. We'll give it to you. Shoot
Look,
it.
It's weird because like that MVP season he had, like it wasn't just a triple double. People talk like, oh, he had a triple double. Well, he's done it every year since. So how come he doesn't still win MVPs every year? He shot, I don't want to say lights out, but he shot very well from three that year, especially for Westbrook. He shot like 33%, which is not great, but like for him, that's amazing. And so like the
But
season
what I
was
think that was though? He was able to warm up. You got the ball in your hand every possession. Like,
yeah, but I mean, he hit multiple game-winning shots that year. He had a lot of game winners. Like he looked like, wow, this Russ is someone who could possibly take this team to the next level if he just got some pieces. And then he got pieces and it just didn't happen. And he went back to old Russ. And he became triple double Russ instead of productive, effective Russ.
I'm okay. Look, to go back to the question, Russ being benched, I feel like it was a good move, even though the Lakers lost to Orlando. I still feel like it was a good move just because
they beat him. They didn't beat him.
I thought they lost.
No, they lost.
They lost. Yeah, I think they.
Who
still
did they beat last night?
So they stayed so that was the thing is they kind of stayed steady. They were down 7 when he left and they lost by 7. But
yeah, they on a 2-game. They was on a 2-game losing streak right now because they lost to Indiana and they lost to Orlando.
Okay, my bad.
But anyway, just going back to him being benched. At that time, I think he only had like 18 points. He was shooting 8 for 17. So I mean, not really having the best of nights especially coming from Westbrook, who's supposed to be, a superstar, I should say. But I mean, honestly, it looked like the Lakers played a little bit better with Westbrook on the bench. I hate to say it, but I really hate to say it.
They did.
But it's just the Lakers play so much better when Westbrook is not on the floor. And it's
like unfortunate if that's supposed to be your third option.
Exactly. And it's just the fact that these guys vouch for him to come there, bro. It's like I just don't understand why they vouch for Westbrook to come to the Lakers when he can't shoot, when they need the shooters. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really hoping that they make some type of moves to get shooters to surround LeBron and AD or whenever AD can come back, because that's another problem right there. That's
when
another.
When is he expected to be back?
I think they said maybe another couple weeks.
Because it was supposed to be a month, right?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like another couple weeks, but it's always no telling because you don't know if he's going to stay healthy or not. So it's just the Lakers got so many problems right now. It's not just Russ. It's what I'm saying, the defense, turnover still. It's just they got a lot to fix before they get to the playoffs.
Yeah, when he left the floor, I wouldn't say the defense got better, but the flow of the game was steadier. They were trading buckets the whole rest of the way, but at least they were getting buckets. It looked, like steady gameplay. It wasn't just erratic. Unless you have the talent of the Nets, you can't just do the one-on-one ball thing, right? You have to have team play. And I don't know right now the Lakers with Russ have that chemistry, that team chemistry. And so it's not even fun to watch, man. Like, how can you have that many stars on the floor and just be like, this is not fun?
It's just terrible to watch, bro. It's like I just don't get. It's like some of your favorite basketball players that you used to watch back in the day, watching them on this team, and it's just like maybe it might be that time for you guys to just hang it up. It's just looking like that. It's just looking that bad. Like it's just ridiculous, man. And me, I won't even say a Laker fan. Me, just as a LeBron fan, I am not happy because it's making LeBron look bad.
And the rumors of him getting traded for John Wall. Like, if I'm John Wall, man, I'm like, come on, man, y'all gonna trade me again for the same dude y'all traded me for him last time? Like,
and honestly, I don't even really think that's a great move either, because it's like you pretty much trading for the same person. Honestly,
no,
John Wall might be playing a little bit more defense than
John
Russell
Wall's a much better
John Wall
team
cannot
player.
shoot. John Wall
No,
cannot
right,
shoot.
but he's a much better team player. He's better at controlling the pace of the game. He's definitely a true point guard. He's not a great shooter, but he's a point guard. I don't know that what Westbrook is a point guard really. But
like I said, I'm just saying. I just feel like their gameplay. It seemed like it's the same style somewhat though. Like,
so I agree with you that like he's not the fix that the Lakers need, but I do think he would be a better fit with LeBron than Westbrook is so far this season. But yeah, I don't think he's the fix that the Lakers need.
Not right. What about you? Go ahead, Nico.
So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about it when it comes playoff time? Would you keep him on the bench if it's close?
I mean, honestly, I hope by playoffs they can get rid of him, but I know that's a huge possibility that it
A
won't
lot of
happen.
money. He got a lot of money.
Hey, he do got a lot of money coming to his way though, and I think
Him and John Wall.
yeah, that's
It's something about Washington and giving bad deals. Like what the? What is wrong with you? They done gave Gilbert Arenas that big deal. I think he just recently stopped getting paid. And dude ain't been in the league for like 10 years. Like, bro.
Hey, listen. I love all three of these guys.
What kind of contract is this?
I'm glad they got their money, but
hey, I need to play for Washington. Get one of them 10-year boys, 100
it's
mil.
the politicians out there, bro. They gotta launder their money. They just do it through the Wizards. They just
hey, however you can make it clean, do it.
You say it right. Thanks.
I need one of them though. I give each of y'all like 30. But I remember a couple years ago when LeBron first went to LA, it was a chart. I gotta find it. They broke down his contract, how much he gets paid per season, per game, per quarter,
per second,
per minute. And he was making like $1,000 a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is ridiculous.
Must be nice.
He better than Floyd. No.
And you know what's crazy? Is like I look at these like Patrick Mahomes contracts, like $500 million. I'm like, that's crazy. And then like he's part owner of the Kansas City Royals. Like, man, that's awesome. Like, good for him. And then you hear about the other dudes who are part owners of the Royals, and you're like, oh, he ain't that rich. Like when he shows up to those meetings, like he has to stay quiet because you know what I mean. Like when you hear like the Clippers owners,
what did he just say? He's not that rich.
No, I'm saying like when we think about Michael Jordan, the richest athlete, like the richest basketball player, right? He's like he just hit like 2 million or something like that. When he shows up to the owners' meetings, like he's not the one.
He broke his dude in there. Like imagine that.
Yeah, you got like the Clippers owner. He's like 79. You got like the Clippers owner. He's like 79.
You got a point though. You got a point.
And so it's like you think like I think like this crazy money, and then you hear about the other owners running the place. And it's like, dude, those dudes are what are they? And it's all like business you never heard
like
of.
Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones. Look, think about how small they make other owners feel. Like
they run those meetings.
Ain't nobody asked you, Jerry.
Who ran those meetings?
Another show for another day. Another show for another day.
Jerry runs every meeting. Let's be clear. Unless Robert ain't around. Then Robert like, hey, come on.
Yeah. Robert takes some trips to Florida, and then
we're not gonna talk about that.
He gotta stay. Then he gotta stay out of the news for a little bit. Listen, we're getting off track here.
We're getting off track. All right, let's get to the next topic.
Next topic. Mr. Agent Zero recently.
Yeah, we just talked about all that money he got.
Yes, we did. And so he made a post about Kwame Brown saying how LeBron ain't no real GOAT because he was looking at the stat sheet in the middle of the game. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? And Gilbert Arenas fired back and was like, hey, you ain't got no room to talk. You was never that guy. Stop trying to down other people. Because you wasn't that guy. So how can you talk about somebody else not being that guy? And but I really think this all goes back to that all the smoke when Gilbert Arenas had his interview and he was saying Michael Jordan broke him down pretty much, and Gilbert was like, "Hey, you know I helped build him up." He was like Michael Jordan really tore into him as a mentor, and I think Kwame took disrespect, and I don't blame him, but I think Gilbert is now making it. I mean, he's keeping it basketball, but it's like, all right, bro, you really didn't have to comment. You chose to.
I mean,
So
Kwame did the same thing. He chose to comment.
true, very true, very true, very true, 100%. And Kwame was saying, LeBron would never. I mean, Kobe would never, and Michael Jordan never, and all that. I'm like, who cares? They're not in the league, bro.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like it's just Kwame Brown just at home chilling. He ain't got nothing to do. I'm watching the LeBron game. I'm gonna just go ahead and just say something on Twitter because I'm bored. So I mean, I feel like
No, he made a video.
a video,
Like this. It was
whatever
like
he did, he just wanted some type of attention. He did what he wanted to do. He got everybody's attention. That's what he wanted to do.
100%, 100%.
And I just feel like at the end of the day, that's all Kwame Brown wanted. He just wanted some attention because he's irrelevant right now. I mean, and then like I said, I mean, like you said, how can he comment on somebody who has
Yeah,
surpassed
y'all not on the
tremendously?
same plateau.
Not even on the same level, bro. Like you were like what, a first round pick?
He was the
First
number
round pick
one
bust?
overall.
Number one pick? He was a bust, bro. Like, and you
Number
let
one overall.
somebody talk you down like that? Come on, man. Like you ain't got no smoke for LeBron saying nothing at all, bro. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
true. What you think, John? What's your take?
I gotta say one thing. I got a lot to say, but I improperly named this. I called it the Kwame Brown LeBron James beef. Listen, I don't think LeBron has ever responded to him.
No.
So
No,
it's a
it's
one
really
way.
the Gilbert Arenas Kwame Brown.
It is.
They beefing
Right.
with each other.
But I will say this. Listen, Gilbert Arenas dunked on him with this one. This was a great post. Great, it was funny. Had the comedy and it had it had everything it needed. So it was it was funny. It was well done. But that being said, man, when you talk as much as Kwame does, because he said some things earlier last year, I believe, and he was able to spin it into a YouTube channel, and he's doing well with it, and it took off, right? And good for him.
I think what helped him is also now what's hurting him because it's just ranting. It's like,
no, I agree with you.
bruh.
But there's again, so whatever he gets out of this, if it keeps continuing to grow or he milks everything he can out of it until it fails. Either way, kudos to him. Do your thing, man. But my take on this is like, if you talk enough, you're gonna say something stupid eventually. Man, I wish players would look at the stat sheet during halftime. Maybe not during the game, I don't know, but even during the game, like, I don't know, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I wish players would look at the
Probably
stat
more
sheet.
so halftime, like you said. Halftime would
Because
probably be
I've done a lot of games where I've kept stats for, and like I've seen a guy who at the end of the game he's like he had 31, and it's like I didn't know he was that hot. And so like if we would have realized he was that hot earlier on, I mean,
right.
this dude, guy will go like 11 for 13 or something. And it's like, dang, like this dude was that hot, and we didn't like he should have been taking 20, 22 shots. So I think looking at the stat sheet, and especially if you look at the stat sheet and see a dude got 6 turnovers, like, hey, maybe we make a little switch at point guard or whatever. Like, looking at the stat sheet is not a bad thing. So, stupid comment. But that goes, LeBron, listen, LeBron's been outspoken a lot more lately. He's going to say some stupid stuff. He's going to get criticized for it, and boo-hoo. Like, what is he just going to keep his mouth shut? Like, no, I'm not for any of that. I want all these guys to talk. I want them to think before they talk, especially if you're making a video and then you make it and we'll rewatch it and be like, oh, that was stupid. Maybe I should cut that out, and you still put it out. You are to blame. So I'm here for, you take the criticism with the talking, but no, I don't want no one shut up. But yeah, I mean, Gilbert Arenas, like, it's funny. But I do think Kwame is easy to go after. He's easy to target.
He's easy picking based off
his stats, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Like at the end of the day, people like Skip or LeVar Ball, right? They're always going to be, oh, you never played or you averaged 2.2 points. That's easy stuff. It's funny if it's well done. If you're just saying it, it's not always a good argument. But yeah, I mean, I think Gilbert did it. That was funny. It was funny, and move on,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I just improperly named that. There is no LeBron James beef. He has not responded to Kwame at all.
LeBron, like, bruh.
So,
Wow.
but this is not the thing that
probably
would
looked at
undo
it
the
was
GOAT.
like,
This is not the thing that would undo a GOAT. Like, you have all the accolades, all the championships, but you did check your stat sheet that one time. So, nah, you can't be it. Like, all right, whatever.
Right.
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 Goofy
100%.
comment. Goofy comment.
Yeah, man. I just, it's like you say, you talk enough, you're gonna say something crazy. And I
Yeah,
think that
my money's on Walt saying it for no.
more than likely. I'm
I
so
don't know why. I don't know
more than
why I'm
likely
coming
it
at.
is.
I don't know why I'm coming at Walt today. There's no need
More
for
than
that.
likely it will be. I'm serious because sometimes I don't think before I speak. I'll be honest.
well, at least we're all honest here.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm gonna be
something not
honest.
because like I say earlier, some people will lie to you, boy. They be I never like, dude, it's okay. We ain't gonna tell nobody, relax.
Yeah.
I've grown up to notice that the truth definitely will set you free for sure.
Bro, it's better that way. When you can be real with yourself, can't nobody else say nothing.
You be real with yourself, man. Your confidence is gonna be, boy.
Yeah, 100%.
Just saying.
Right. Hey, I can't grow no beard. I'm honest. It's not in my card.
That was so random.
Yeah, I got it. I don't. It is what it is. Hey, but I'm a
Listen,
rock.
we're not your priest, man. You ain't got to confess nothing to us.
I ain't done. I ain't done.
He's like,
Now, let me stop.
I like to pick my nose when I'm in my car. I don't know what it is.
That's nasty. That's
I'm
nasty.
sure it's a lot of people that's like that.
It's very true. Somebody gonna be like, man, me too, bruh. Yeah. Don't put that out in the public. You keep that on the low.
Be like, say that for a private chat.
Right. You tell somebody that in private, not in public. Baby, nah, I ain't shaking your hand. I'm good. We good. No. How you doing? No. Not after what you just told me. I'm good. I'll pass.
All right, we're moving on. Moving on.
So,
moving on.
fellas, what you guys think, man? What is your top? Is it top dunk on the first half of the NBA season? I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say it's Russell Westbrook the other night. Was that Gobert he dunked on?
I was Gobert. Old shades of Westbrook going back to his, his old his Thunder days.
Yeah, he yammed him too. It was ugly. Yeah. But that's the thing. The NBA, everybody gets dunked on eventually.
Especially blockers. Especially if you're a blocker.
No, defenders get
period,
crossed
right.
up. Shot blockers get dunked on. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
What about you,
I don't think no dunk was more disrespectful than Scotty over Ewing. But that story for another day.
I thought I saw Gobert's ghost just sort of slip away off into the rafters for a second there, and then it came back, and then he got his soul back. Man, listen, it happens to the bigs, the best of the bigs. You get caught off guard. 100%. Listen, that's not when you get dunked on by a guard and you're the big. That's not your fault. That is whoever was supposed to be guarding them. You cannot let a point guard come flying full speed at the rim. You just can't do that to me, man. That's disrespectful to your own teammate. But that being said,
like a true big.
Kudos to yeah, it's true. It's a good point.
Who man was this? It was yours. You didn't.
But that being said, man. Listen, the best dunk for me is any dunk that happens on number 35 on the Nets. But I can't remember who dunked on him this year. So I have to go with my guy Westbrook again as well. I have to go with that one. I mean, it was the best dunk of the year. But for me, the best dunk of the year is anyone who ever dunks on, that number 35 dude. But I can't remember who did it. So that's on me. But yeah, Westbrook, man, it by far that it was just amazing. I love to see him have plays like that because that's what reminds you, like, oh yeah, that's why he's still relevant. That's why he's getting this,
Yeah, that's
well,
why he's
big
still at
money
the
and stuff
top
like
of the
that.
top.
Yeah, because like a lot of these guys are, at this point in their career are starting to like taper off, and to see
Simmer
that
down. Yep.
he still is putting in the work on his body and stuff. And he's, by the way, this guy, man, he stays healthy. Like people, he doesn't get a lot of credit, but he plays, late into seasons, a lot of games. Like he doesn't take a lot of games off. So, I know he had one bad season where he got hurt, but other than that, man, like Westbrook is almost always there for every game, chasing all the stats. So he just, yeah, it was definitely the best dunk for me.
I
Uh,
agree. Who you got,
yeah,
Walt? Is it one of your Cavs? One of your Cavs?
actually, it's against the Cavs. I will say, well, I got two. I'm gonna have two. I can have two. I'm gonna have two.
Okay. Yeah.
So my first one is against my own home city was when John Collins dunked on Jared Allen. That was
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah, that was. But
Straight.
he done caught a couple people.
He did.
He
He
catch
did
bodies on a yearly
all the
basis.
time. John Collins. He's definitely probably one of
He,
our best dunkers we got in
yeah,
the game right now
he
for
like
sure.
a small Blake Griffin.
Yes,
He catch bodies every
that's a
other
great
game.
comparison. I like that comparison.
Yeah.
But my second one, I don't want to necessarily say if it's the dunk, but I feel like it's the setup. I want to say with the LaMelo ball to Bridges when he threw it under his leg, when he took it back to the Jay Crawford and Blake Griffin
Oh,
days.
yeah.
I just feel like it maybe was the setup for me, but it was just like it just took me back to to that, like I said, that Jamal Crawford, Blake Griffin. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
it was nice. And
They
then, like
was
I said,
different.
Bridges, he's just an explosive dunker anyway, and he
Yeah.
just made it just look so smooth and just just
Yeah. What
just
that he another one. I don't know if he's caught a body or two, but
Bridges
Man,
always touching bodies.
Gary
that
Payton too, man. Gary Payton too doesn't
yeah,
have the
he's
best dunks of
nice.
the
I
year,
like
but he
Gary Payton.
has a lot of the top 10. He's in the top 10 a lot of times. Like of anyone, he would probably have the most dunks in the top 10. He's caught some bodies this year.
Yeah, that kid, he's something special, man.
Man, like he's, if he could join the dunk competition, that would be a great thing for all of us. I think he said he's going to stay out of it, but man, like he can get up. Maybe he doesn't have all the fancy dunks in his package, but he's got some nasty dunks.
he's
Hundred
got the
percent.
bunnies for sure.
I like his game, man. I think he's really helped out Golden State. As
Play
far
like
as
his dad. I feel like he plays well on the defensive side. He plays like his dad, but he's more
Oh
explosive
yeah.
on the
But
offensive side.
back then compared to now, you can barely breathe on somebody without a foul being called. Back then, Gary Payton had people like this all game long. Bro, why is your hand on my hip? Let it go. But yeah, man, that Westbrook boy. But like
I
John
love
said, John was petty though because it ain't my fault. It's your fault. You
Nah,
should
man,
block it.
I'm with the big mans on this one because I played big man, power forward center in school, so I
Okay.
understand. So I'm
That
with
ain't
John
my
on
fault
this.
though. I'll still be like,
listen. If Giannis from a standstill posterizes me, that's on me. If your dude took 12 steps to get that kind of momentum to get up, that's on you.
yeah,
You should not. He should not have that kind of speed just coming straight at me. There's no way. That's on you as the guard up top. Stop. Slow him down.
Exactly. That means he broke you down, got enough momentum to gather himself and get all them steps together to bang on me. So that's your fault for the defensive breakdown.
Here's the thing, right?
you
Guys
know who
like
else
Jared
had a
Allen.
nasty dunk though? I just thought about Edwards from Minnesota when they played
Yep.
Miami the other night,
Oh,
and he had dude head like on his.
No, but he
area.
had one. I thought he had one from the beginning of the season too that was quite nasty. I
He
forget
did,
who it
he
was.
did. But
Edwards
that
always
one he
did
had
that.
against Miami, and then he had dude head. I'm like, come on, bro, you just disrespect.
Yeah,
We
Edwards
gotta
always
fight
getting
after
busy.
the game. I gotta see you at the bus
But that's
in my uniform.
But yeah, I mean, nah, man, you can't let a guy get that fast coming straight at me. Because here's the thing that's going to deter big men like Jared Allen and guys like that who always contest the shot. Like if they're just getting posterized all the time and they're to blame for it, why would they even try? Especially what's the name Bynes. That dude has been on everyone's. Listen, if you have a poster of someone getting dunked on, odds are there's a 50% chance that Bynes is the one getting dunked on in that poster. So, but you know what? I applaud him because he contests every shot. He can't jump, but he contests every shot. And I don't want to see guys like Jared Allen and Gobert stop doing that. You know, so no, the blame has to go on the guard.
All right, I'll take it.
I agree.
We'll take the blame.
But
whatever. No, I'm sorry.
that's today's show, folks. It's your boy Big Walt, John, Nico. We appreciate y'all checking us out here on Real Deal Sports. Make sure y'all click that link, comment, all that. Check us out next week, Tuesday. We'll see you. Holla.
Appreciate you guys.